you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Olympia D here, and I'm coming back to you with another episode on my series of strange occurrences. So tonight's case is coming out of Texas. I'm going to read the article, then I'm going to give my opinion on the facts. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez shared new details in what homicide investigators are calling one of the most gruesome cases of child abandonment in recent years. There aren't many jobs in our agency that are tougher than those involving abused children, Gonzalez stated. These cases are horrific, heartbreaking cases of abuse and neglect, and they involve the most innocent and defenseless among our community. The children's mother, Gloria Williams, 35, and her boyfriend, Brian Coulter, 31, were arrested Tuesday in connection with the death of Williams' 8-year-old son, Kendrick Lee. Coulter is charged with murder and remains jailed in a mental health facility on a $1 million bond. Williams is charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence, human corpse evidence. Her bond was set at $900,000. The boy's skeletal remains were found in a West Harris County apartment where his three brothers, ages 15, 10, and 7, were found living alone. The apartment was in a horrible condition. We saw soiled carpet, no furniture at all, no bedding, no blankets that we could see. We saw roaches and flies and very bad conditions for anyone to live in, Gonzalez stated. The children have since been taken into CPS care. On Sunday, the sheriff's office responded to a call for help from a 15-year-old boy claiming his younger brother had been dead in the house for almost a year. When officers arrived at the home, investigators said the 10-year-old was suffering from an untreated jaw that had been injured weeks ago. He is scheduled to undergo surgery. It's most likely he was injured by the boyfriend, officials said. The teen said he found his brother dead inside the bedroom a week before Thanksgiving in 2020. The sheriff's office said the 8-year-old died from multiple blunt force trauma injuries. In court, officials said the 10-year-old boy was in the room when Coulter allegedly beat his younger sibling to death, kicking and punching the child in the back and lower region. He then witnessed Coulter place a blue blanket over the now deceased child, the court stated. The couple moved out sometime in March or February of this year. They were told that their new apartment was about 25 minutes away. Williams claims she confronted Coulter during the assault. She told investigators she didn't report her son's death because her boyfriend told her not to, according to court documents. The teen told investigators Coulter would lock him in the bedroom and he could hear his mother's boyfriend beating his younger siblings, officials said in court. The sheriff's office hasn't confirmed any blood relation between Coulter and the children. Gonzalez said two of the children have different fathers, one who is out of the picture and the other who investigators believe is deceased. Gonzalez said there are two additional siblings who were not inside the apartment but are elsewhere. Wilford said the surviving children were malnourished and very thin. He said there was no furniture in the apartment, that was infested with insects and the carpet was soiled. Investigators said the apartment was without power for months. None of the children has been in school since May 2020. I do not believe that the two young boys were ever allowed to leave the apartment, Wilford said. It's possibly they were locked in, possibly different parts of the apartment. Gonzalez said they believed the apartment was being paid for through government assistance. Investigators said the mother and some neighbors would occasionally bring the children food. Investigations remain active and it's possible additional charges could be filed, according to Sergeant Gonzalez. And that's the end of the article. So this is just crazy. This woman, the mom, has gone around with some nutcase that was abusing her children. She knew about it. She condoned it. Beat her child to death. She left with this guy and left her children there with the dead body. I mean, who does that? What kind of sick degenerate is going to do something like that to their own children, something that came out of your stomach? It's very, very disgraceful. I don't believe it that somebody would be that low down and dirty. You know this guy that you're going around with is mentally disturbed because you mentally disturbed too. That's why you with him. That's the only reason why that would happen. And they there alone. And somebody is supposed to be bringing them food here and there. I mean, I saw a clip of some woman bringing them food, helping them or whatever. All of this stuff is just, this whole case is just so crazy and outlandish and over the top. I don't even know what to say. I don't want to start using profanities because I might offend some people, but it would definitely be called for in this case. I mean, it's just so heinous. You have a child with a mental delay or a mental problem, and it's already bad enough that he have that and he got to be like that for the rest of his life, for whatever reason that happened to him. And you got somebody that is, you trying to keep this guy around, and you're going to let him do that to your kids because you want this scumbag in your life over your kids. So it's like, it proves my theory that some people shouldn't be having kids. You bring them into a world that they didn't ask to be in, and you give them a life like that, and they got to live like that and die like that at the hands of some idiot that you trying to keep around that is a killer. Because that's what happened. The little boy is dead. And who knows what else could have happened if they would have stayed there or whatever. So it was probably for the kids' benefit that they were gone. God is always in control. So thank God they removed themselves. So if they would have stayed there, maybe the rest of the kids would have been dead too. And instead of one body, they would have been coming to find 4 bodies. So yeah, this is very stupid, sad, disgraceful, disgusting, and terrifying that this happened to this young boy and these other young kids that got to live with the trauma of their mother doing something so disgusting like that to them for the rest of their life. My prayers are for the little boy that died. Hopefully he's in a better place. May he rest in peace. And I hope the rest of them are able to overcome this horror and prevail in their life. And my condolences to that little boy. Leave it in the comment section what you think about this crazy lady that let this scumbag come into her apartment and into her life and do this to her kids. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. Stay safe, everybody.